Hey guys, it's Maya.
And Ty, what's good?
And this is another video of
Ask the Robinsons.
Woo, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And guys, we are so excited to be back with another video. We appreciate all the feedback, guys, all the purple hearts, and we appreciate all the questions that are being asked. Guys, we as of right now, we do not have any questions moving forward, so please drop your questions down below so that we can just keep having some great conversation with you guys. But let's get right into this video.
Let's get it.
All right.
All right, so the question is, it's a two-parter. I would like for y'all to talk about how you guys balance your relationships being long distance and what challenges did y'all face in doing so while also being college athletes.
All right, y'all, before we get into it, let me give y'all just a little background, okay? It was a very small window between meeting Ty to start dating Ty, okay? Like, we wasted no time. I looked at him in his eyes, and I told him, you're going to be my boyfriend, okay? And I knew that. Without even knowing who this man was, just looking at him, I knew that was going to be my boyfriend. And look at where we are now. He's my husband. Period. Okay, y'all, so it was a very small window, and that was 2016, July 19th to be exact, okay? And so, literally, July 19th is when we started dating, and then Ty went to college in August.
Mm-hmm.
So, we literally had no time at all, like, being around each other all the time. So, actually, being long distance was actually very easy, because we really didn't have any recollection of us like being together. So if y'all want a story about how me and Ty got together, let us know down in the comments if that's something you guys are interested in. But we say all that to say is that put a big impact on how we viewed our relationship. I had never really had a real relationship before, so long distance was the only thing we knew. So it was easy, like it was easier to like slip into the fact that we aren't going to see each other every day, because that was just how it was from the beginning, really. Right. Because like I said, we started dating July 19th of 2016, but he went to college in August. So it was like less than a month that we had of us actually being together before he left.
Right.
But yeah, anything you have to say?
Yeah. I feel like it was good because I was only like two and a half hours away. So that was just a drive, just hop on the road and just go see each other. So
yeah,
I feel like that helped a lot.
But do you want to, let's hit on the aspect of what they said about being college athletes. Was that difficult for you, would you say?
Of course it was a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't too bad, again, because I can just get on the road, whenever I get out of practice. So it's like every other week. If it wasn't every week, it was every other week that I would get on the road, drive 4.5 hours to her school, or 2.5 if she's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was literally our lives, y'all. When I tell y'all, we ate, slept, and breathed each other. If it wasn't Tyrus Robinson, baby, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And it was giving very toxic, because we got into this we got into this stance in our relationship where we were like FaceTiming. Like Ty could be out with his guys. He could be hanging out with his guys, but Ty is like hanging with his guys but on the phone with me on FaceTime. And like we couldn't do anything. It was like they knew if they saw Ty, Maya was somewhere close, and vice versa. When they saw Maya, Ty was in the vicinity somewhere, okay? And it was just like, it was kind of like people probably like, dang, that's a lot, So, and I think honestly, I was the only one that never got tired of it. So I would say the biggest regret we have when doing long distance that guys can learn from us is being able to do your own thing. Like, for instance, that saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Did you hear me? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I did not know that. And Ty didn't know that for a long time. But then Ty was like, man, well, I want to go to the parties. I want to have my college experience. And I was looking at him like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you telling me we gonna change? We changing everything that we've been doing for all these months because you want to go to some parties? Nah, you got me. I'm cooler than all the parties. Y'all, I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all who I was. This was my first real relationship. This is my first real everything. So, you don't want to talk to me? I was hurt. But it wasn't about me, y'all. It was about him having the experience that he should have gotten that I pretty much took away from him. And he had to take it back from me. He was like, no, I love you, but I can still love you and do these things as well. Like, I can still have a good time and enjoy college. So that is my biggest regret. So for that woman who is crazy in love and can't see nothing past him, I'm telling you now that if I could do it all over again, I would let him have his time and let him have his space. And if it's meant to be, it'll always be, you know? And that was just my insecurities that just spoke louder than anything I could ever do or say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree that there should be a balance between, giving each other space, living college life, whatever you want to do, and also seeing each other. Make sure you communicate. Communication is key when you're in long distance, for sure. That's like the number one thing, in my opinion. Communication.
Clock it. That's what the people say.
And also just, again, a balance. For us, I would see her, if not, I'll say every other weekend.
Baby, sometimes I think it was every weekend though. We were like glued.
Yeah, it was. I'll say every other weekend, just because I would have practice.
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
On Saturdays.
And games.
And games. So, but sometimes that still don't stop me from getting on the road afterwards. But usually game days on Saturdays, then I probably wouldn't skip out that weekend. But majority of the time, I'm on the road though. It ain't matter.
But also, it's like referring to like the part where they asked about us being college athletes. The good thing about me and Ty's relationship is Ty, we were in different seasons, so it only like a little piece of it overlapped for the most part. Like he had like conditioning and stuff like that, but like my season is like right when we start school. So it's like we start in the summer, like maybe July-ish, June, and then we go all the way to like if we like tournament play is like kind of like October-ish around my birthday area. So that was ours, but then that's like when Ty like kind of started, right? So like he had like preseason and stuff like that, but he was able to come still watch me play. Then I was in return able to watch him play. In December, that's when like we both were out of school, but Ty still had basketball.
Yeah, I still had in season.
Yeah. So I literally was up there with him the whole entire break. If Ty was at school and I didn't have school, I was with Ty at school.
And that's the only time she would come drive up and see me.
Yeah.
The only time.
Yeah.
The other times I'm up there at her school. I like her school better though than my school, in my opinion. Yeah, so I didn't mind that drive. So let's sum up everything that we talked about, and let's talk about some of the positives and some of the negatives of being in a long distance relationship. So I would say positives, like she said, let the heart grow fonder. You get to communicate more. You get to find a balance between, living your college life and also seeing each other.
Okay. And I'll hit on some of the negatives. So some of the negatives, like we said, is not allowing your significant other to have their space, which he says, letting the heart grow fonder. So that is something we learned, and we highly recommend that you don't do. It's okay to talk to your person and want to be around your person, but it's a such thing as healthy communication, and it's also being able to still have a life of your own. Like you're still your own person, and you still need time to know who you are. Like I needed to learn who Maya was aside from Ty, and I lost myself in Ty. So the biggest thing about being in a long distance relationship or just any relationship is remembering that you need to give yourself love too. You know what I mean?
Right. That's key. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So I should have been feeding college Maya in a different way when I was just too busy about what you were doing. And again, I love your dirty draws. I do. But yeah, that's what I wish I would have done better.
Yeah, so there's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah. It's always two sides of the coin and two different ways to always look at something. So that's just our perspective. And if you guys have any feedback, it's not just we know everything. So if y'all have some advice that, you know, our viewers might like to see or that we can learn from, please drop your thoughts in the comments too. It doesn't have to just be questions, but just your thoughts on the topic as well.
For sure. All right. That's all.
We did good. And that is it for this episode of
Ask the Robinsons.
And stay tuned, guys. We will be back on Wednesday with some more content for you guys. So please ask some more questions. Bye.
All right, y'all.